Space. It's one of those basic fantasies for a lot of people. At least, I assume as much. We're a few generations too early to explore the stars, most likely, which is sad because I, like many like-minded ladies and gentlemen who were born in the late 80s and early 90s, had kind of this shared dream to plumb the mysteries of space. Though the space-crazy 70s were just about 2 decades before me, I was brought up by parents who lived through it and loved it. They filled my head with Star Wars, Star Trek, Babylon 5, and Alien. Seriously, my parents let 8-year-old me watch Alien. I turned out okay. So it's no wonder that No Man's Sky shows up at VGX 2013 and everybody loses their goddamn minds. Myself included, I was actually crazy interested in following this game. And now we have it, and it's like a C, maybe like a 6 out of 10. I mean, I personally enjoy it, but I can see why other people don't. And I think I've kind of worked my way into an interesting headspace where I'm having a lot of fun with it. But it's not a really great game. I mean, Starbound had a similar concept, and with their 1.0 release earlier this year, they knocked it out of the park. So what the hell happened? How did the most anticipated game of the year fall flat? And why, after something like 25 hours, am I still actually enjoying it, if I'm happy to say that it's a C at best? So to break down No Man's Sky to its basic components, we have a massive, and I mean like massive 18 quintillion planet large, procedurally generated universe on a scale that has never really been attempted. And like our actual universe, it's mostly just boring rocks. These stars and worlds are scattered through a massive cosmos littered with resources to find. These resources can be then used to upgrade your suit, your ship, your multi-tool, can be used to fuel various components as you fly through the universe without a care in the universe. The goal of this game? Discovery. There's an overarching goal about Atlas and making your way to the center of the galaxy, but all of it is laced with this constant drive to explore and find new things. I mean, the exploration drive requires fuel, which requires money or resources, which drives the need to explore planets, hunt pirates, blow stuff up, or mine some quality resources. A gameplay loop that almost feels, to me, more like, I don't know, it's weird. It feels like Journey and Minecraft. No Man's Sky feels less like you're building a life and more like you're on a pilgrimage almost. One of discovery and exploration. One of the need to seek answers and find your way in a huge galaxy in which you are just a tiny piece. And all of the other gameplay systems, from the infuriating inventory sizes to the fuels you need to power your survival gear to the simple repair of damaged systems, are challenges on the way of this pilgrimage. Like Journey, you're not told why you're here or why you're on this adventure or what's happening around you at all. You can piece it together from bits in the world, and as you explore, you might find more and more about it. But generally, you're on this quiet, solemn adventure of exploration. At least, that's how I've been playing it, and I've really been enjoying it. You know, if this was the concept that No Man's Sky was sold on, it probably would be doing just fine, because I love this. I love this quiet journey of contemplation and exploration through unknown stars. It's calming, it's interesting to find things. Even if the planets are often similar or sometimes almost exactly the same, there are mysteries in this universe, strange monoliths, tentacle monsters, whatever the fuck this thing is. It's a joy to explore and discover. Sadly, that's not what it was sold on. No Man's Sky is what I like to think of as a tragedy of hype, both from inside of Hello Games and from outside of Hello Games. From the moment it was announced at VGX in 2013, the game hit a tidal wave of hype. People were vibrating with excitement for this game, and why wouldn't they? The promise of a massive procedurally generated universe with space battles and factions and mysterious planets teeming with alien life, that sounds awesome. And as time went on, the hype just continued to boil over. As more trailers poured in, interviews were given, people speculated on what No Man's Sky would entail. Because despite those trailers and those interviews, we were never really quite given a clear picture of what No Man's Sky was from a gameplay perspective. Besides exploration, what did you do? Do you wander planets looking for resources? Do you fight alien life? Win battles? Are there levels? Are there good guys, bad guys, a story, or is it just free-range strangeness? At least in those early years, nothing was really explained. All we knew was procedurally generated universe with crazy awesome alien planets to explore. And apparently, that was more than enough. Theories and speculation became rumors, became confirmed features, despite Hello Games having never confirmed them. Base building, co-op multiplayer, ship customization, all of these were confirmed features I had heard of long before Hello Games ever said anything. On the other side, the No Man's Sky team made a lot of promises, but in the end, they seemed to fall prey to Molyneux syndrome. Overpromising, under-delivering. Ringed planets, desert planets, multiplayer in general were all talked about, though it seems that none of them actually made it in. Desert planets were even in trailers. There's a lot of features that are missing from No Man's Sky from those early tech demos, and it's really unfortunate to see that because that just takes that speculative bubble bursting and makes it even more painful. In retrospect, both the promises going unfulfilled and the rumors and speculations created this image of a game that may have been impossible to deliver by a 13-man team, or even maybe a 130-person team for that matter. Factions that act intelligently, interesting NPCs, fleshed out scenarios, huge fleet space battles between enemies with distinct ideologies, all in a universe that was unfathomably huge and complex. The writing might have been on the wall for a long time, we just didn't want to see it. So on August 9th, or August 12th for us PC nerds, No Man's Sky launched to a lot of fan outrage and a mixed critical response. Some said that it was interesting, while others were put off by its repetitive nature. Others by its massive technical flaws on the PC, which caused enormous frame rate problems, and still more by its lack of promised features. The game is far from perfect by any stretch of the imagination. Planet exploration can become grindy. The drawback of procedural generation is that while it can generate a massive variety of things, making those things with a lot of depth requires a huge amount of work. So while we have 19 quintillion planets or whatever, they, like the ones in our very own universe, are mostly boring rocks, fit to land on, salvage some fuel, and then leave again. The irony being that the things that are most interesting in the game are mostly the things that are not a result of procedural generation. Atlas structures, monoliths, things that are clear someone had created with their own hands, written and prepared, even if they were placed by the algorithm. As well, the inventory system of upgrades to your character take up inventory slots is interesting on the face of it, but the idea where you need to block out slots for these upgrades that become more and more important as you advance, such as hyperdrives or health boosts, that reduce the space you have for resources, and when you need at least 3 different fuels to make your suit, spaceship, and multi-tool work, and various different ones for more advanced actions like jumping to another star system, this becomes incredibly clunky and infuriating. And there's an emptiness to the universe. Small freighter fleets echo out a distress call, but no words come to you when you sweep in to help. Pirates lock in an attack, but rarely do they interact or make demands beyond a flash of laser fire. But in all this, in the insane hype, in the flaws, in the goals, in the mysteries, there is a game here. But it's not the game that many people were expecting. It's not some grand space opera or sci-fi action adventure survival game. This game is a pilgrimage. It's a journey through space. Its systems serve to keep you going. Exploration is both an ends and a means to find out what lies at the center. You make your way through the barren, quiet galaxy with alien strangeness all around you. A strange, taciturn quiet from its denizens as you, the unknown being, plod ceaselessly towards the center. You survive not because that's the game, but as a means to continue this journey. And in that aspect, a pilgrimage among silent stars, in a galaxy not your own, No Man's Sky is a game it seems to have wanted to be. Not the one most people expected. Hell, not the one I expected. But it's a game that I continue to adore. Hey everybody, thank you very much for watching this video on No Man's Sky. It's just a little thing I wanted to do and talk about the game because it's a game that I find very interesting in its development and in its release, and kind of interesting to play, but definitely not the great game I was expecting it to be. Oh well, we all buy into hype every once in a while. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you very much for watching. It's always a huge help if you like and subscribe if you did like this video. And do you have any thoughts on No Man's Sky? I am sure you do. I'll be excited to hear them in the comments, hopefully. But thank you very much for watching again, and you all continue to have a great one.